All right, let's talk about the Brendan Schaub thing. First of all, before we get into the whole, he went on Bobby Lee's podcast and they had like a whole conversation about it. But before we get into that, there's a lot of Brendan Schaub lore that I didn't know about from this one subreddit that he thinks Bobby Lee runs. So I had to look into all that. The fighter and the kids subreddit. It's actually important you know about that because that's like the center of one of these big disputes they're having. Brendan and his buddy Brian Callen, who he does that podcast with, are still, even after quote unquote apologizing, are accusing Bobby of masterminding this subreddit, which is great. But before we get into all that, this is, I guess, an all-time classic of Brandon's. Here it is for your own watching pleasure.
It was unofficial.
Now, by the way, listen, I do weird stuff on screen. I'm not gonna. I itch my ear, and sometimes I smell it. I do weird shit, right? Like I can't deny it. But this is next level. I gotta say, if you think I'm this gross, just tell me. I'm open to that. I'm open to exploring that accusation. But you guys tell me what you think of this.
At the time. Apparently, it's actually official. So a UFC official talked to MMA Junkie, and they said that they actually gave him a 3-fight bonus ban.
Hold on,
for 3 fights.
He knew the ban this whole time?
He said it was kind of like he thought they were doing it, but it wasn't really official.
But someone told him that there's a ban?
Yeah.
And why was there a ban? Because he talked shit before?
Apparently, there were 3 strikes. One time, he ruined a hotel room.
I remember that.
Why did he just finger his own mouth with poop with dog shit on his finger? Have you ever seen anything like that in your life, dude?
No.
First of all, the way he did a snap smell on his finger after... Who picks the bottom of your shoe? It's nasty. So he clearly has like dog shit or something.
It was unofficial at
on
the
his
time.
shoe. We'll do a play-by-play here. He clearly has dog shit on his shoe. Picks it off, smells it. It smells so bad he visibly grimaces twice.
Right.
Here he comes another one. Wow, that was fucking, oh. He's on screen. Oh, how bad something got to smell to just go to yourself. Oh. Then he says to himself, I need to taste it. Now, do you think that the wiping of the shoe was just a cover to taste the dog shit? Or did he forget that he had dog shit on his finger?
Yeah, no, I don't think he wanted to eat dog shit.
I think
I'll
he
give him
did.
the benefit of the doubt on that. You think he did?
I think the rubbing was a cover.
See, I just assumed it was just like he was like kind of focusing on the conversation, was just kind of passively doing that, and didn't realize.
Well, he just
what
got
a bad idea
repulsed.
that would be.
He just picked shit off his shoe, smelled it, and was repulsed. And the next thing he does, he uses the same hand to rub something. What is that? Also, the way
leaking.
Like dog shit aside, the way he licks his fingers is just wild, bro. What is that? And then the second time he goes all the way back. Like, look at this. Gets a whole mouthful of crusty, petrified dog shit. Look at that.
Except eating poo-poo.
What is that? He just committed a sex crime on himself. He just fingered his whole damn mouth.
Yeah.
There you have it. So that's a classic Brendan Schaub situation there. I'm trying to find the apex moment of insertion. There it is. Look how deep in he is.
It's like he's mid-knuckle, He's on the second row here.
And this one is eating the poo-poo all over the place.
So that one really blew me away, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. I thought it was interesting, for sure. Let's see what the comments say. Human fecal matter, of course. That's the comment. Human fecal matter.
Human fecal matter.
That's so fucking gross. I mean,
Grumpy.
people are saying it made him sick. I just thought it was hilarious, man. I never seen anything like that in my whole life, so I guess shout out Schwab for opening my eyes. So Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub, who run Fighter and the Kid podcast, they respond to the Bobby situation and apologize, which is really weird. Somehow Brian Callen took all the heat, and Brendan was like, I didn't do anything.
Both do.
Yes, but Bobby...
You watched this whole thing, Zach. I mean, is there something worth watching in here?
No, it wasn't this one. I listened to the...
You watched the Tiger Belly one.
Belly.
I believe Cam watched this one, though, right?
Yeah, it was just him taking the blame. And I think the interesting thing was at one point, Brian says that there was apparently a Tiger Belly employee or something. You insinuated
Here, I've got this timestamp here.
Yeah.
This is really weird.
So he's like kind of doubling down on it as far as I can
So he's like, I'm sorry I called him bullying, but you're responsible for that old subreddit here.
Reliable source. I'm not a tech guy. It's an ongoing investigation.
It's ongoing investigation.
I'm gonna go back.
And I think Bob and Clyde will also own up. And Clyde said this because their emails associated with this, and there's other stuff associated.
I'm telling the truth, and I don't have any problem, owning up to and facing up to when I am outside myself.
No, and I appreciate that, B. But I also think and I'm going on Tiger Belly to address it too. It's like, and I think Bob and Clyde will also own up. And Clyde said this because their emails associated with this, and there's other stuff associated with.
Well,
this
it's an
account.
ongoing investigation.
It's ongoing investigation.
And I will say this, guys.
An ongoing investigation into a subreddit posting me and memes about them. I mean, you're basically throwing meat to the wolves here, guys. I think they're too old to be on the internet. Too dumb and too old to be on the internet. I think their podcast should be called Old and Dumb instead of Fighter. I guess one of them's Fighter and one's Kid. Anybody? Old and Dumb? Round of applause, please. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I will say this too, and this is what I heard from what I can only accept as a reliable source. I'm not a tech guy. I don't do this stuff. I don't know anything about this. Yeah. But what I heard reliably from what I believe is a reliable source is since we have confronted them, and I'm not saying that Bobby or Kalila know anything about this or have anything. I truly believe they don't have anything to do with it. But
somebody on their team does.
Well, the harassment, the posts stopped
from that account,
and that account got changed, and that's going to be brought up on Tiger Belly. Yep. Okay.
They don't know anything about Reddit. They don't even know what they're saying. Of course, he confronts Kalila, and Kalila completely shuts them down.
Right.
Kalila is like destroys them with facts and logic, Ben Shapiro style.
She had a full timeline of when the events occurred, and it's just like throughout the whole Tiger Belly interview, I don't think Brendan knows about Reddit.
Neither of them do.
Right. Right.
So I don't know who told them. They're like, yeah, so this Reddit is being run by someone with a Tiger Belly email, and they stopped posting and disappeared when we said it. Like, bro, what are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense in any way.
I just went onto Reddit in a private browser and signed up for a fresh account, and it asked for your email, and I put in blah, 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 just random letters at
It doesn't make you confirm your email.
No.
Yeah.
So I now have a Reddit account
Bobby
with an
Lee.
@Tiger Belly account right now.
Guys, I'm so sorry to do this, but I need like 5 minutes.
So sudden. What happened?
Is it grumpy time? It's grumpy time.
Grumpy time.
So were we finished with this clip, or
was this the dog shit clip, or oh no, this is the email
And we're
thing.
just being honest. This drama, I'm way too old to deal with it, but I fucked up. And so once again, here's what I have to say. I'm the guy. Direct your hate at me. I take full responsibility. Bobby, I love you. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. You didn't deserve that. I should have given you the benefit of the doubt. I should have spoken to you first. How the fuck did I think a guy as sweet as you, as special as you, as giving as you, as funny as you, would ever do something like that? How would I think that? I got fucking deranged.
Isn't it awesome how Brian's the one apologizing and Brandon's just sitting there like a fucking log?
It's so bizarre, but I guess it's because they're specifically trying to make it about this like Reddit account issue rather than the fact that he tried to slide into Clio's DMs. That's the framing that I'm getting.
Well, Brendan's denying all that.
Right.
The DMs, the hitting on. Brandon didn't really apologize for anything. Brian apologized for calling him aggressively. But they're really still backing up with this Bobby Lee is someone at Tiger Belly, which is what, like 3 people? I mean, they're basically accusing their producer of it because there's nobody else. They said, it wasn't Bobby, it wasn't Kalila. I mean, who else is there?
There's Gilbert and George, and I think that's the whole team.
So they're saying, So they're accusing one of their dear friends. I actually have a stunning apology. It's actually me.
Oh, shit.
I'm the mastermind behind Fighter and the Kid subreddit.
I just don't understand.
It's me. Also, not a crime.
Right.
I have been caught.
Trust me, I've been already sued once for Brian Kavanaugh tried to sue me for the same thing.
Kavanaugh?
Ryan Kavanaugh literally put Reddit memes in his lawsuit against us, and that one is gone.
First-hand experience.
You know? So, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are on about.
Was listening, and I didn't do my due diligence.
Yeah, it is a good apology. I agree, though. He's giving a heartfelt, sincere apology to Bobby, which is nice. I thought it was very mature. I don't like that they're still behind this Bobby Lee Tiger Belly attack thing.
I didn't.
Which is unlike you.
It's unlike me.
But also
But I was so traumatized. Brendan, I was so fucking traumatized.
Because I've never told you about it.
But then I saw it. I got scared.
It's awful.
I got scared, dude. And when I get scared, I fight.
I know you do.
You know, I don't fucking back down. I'm gonna fight.
But
dude, aren't you too old to be with this whole? The whole thing is just like
trying to fight it, dude.
How testosterone up they are. When I get scared, I fight, and you know that about me, dude.
It's a fight in the kid, dude.
I'm a fighter. You know that about me.
Knock your teeth out, man.
But you got to be careful about how you fight.
Agree. But here's the way this thing ends: is there's obviously love between us and Tiger Belly, and I'm gonna go in there and say my truth, and they're gonna say how we hurt them, and that's fine, and hopefully we can squash all of it. And even Kalila goes, all right, well, if we find out who it is, what do you want us to do? And this goes for anybody out there. I told Kalila and Bobby, I just want to stop. I want nothing else. There's no legal action. There's no threats. There's no.
I never would
I just
have.
want to
Yeah,
stop.
I will have to say this too.
I'm confused because on Tiger Belly he said that he spent $500,000 of dark money to. Anyway, okay, so whatever. They want people to stop hating on them on the internet. Me too, man. That's my wish.
Yeah.
Hey, message to everybody, all my haters. Listen, I just want it to stop.
Yeah, I think that might work. Have you ever tried that tactic?
Actually not.
Asking?
Actually
sincerely?
not. Guys who've been leaving mean comments about me and making videos about me, I just have one message. Please stop. Please stop.
It's worth a shot, I suppose.
I don't like it. People are saying Brian Callen has some allegations against him, and I don't know about that. And I don't want to get into that. It's too serious without having enough knowledge about it. But anyway, that was what they said. And then what got real interesting is when Brendan went on Tiger Belly, and they talk about us. Here it is. You got? Am I crazy? Or when I click this link, someone made a post about Ethan on the subreddit, and Bobby isn't happy with Ethan. When I click it, it opens the UK guy eating fish, which I'm happy to watch again. Actually, why don't I just go to the subreddit?
I see the correct link. There's.
Why does it? Every time I click it, look at this.
I believe you. Google Doc might be
Fish guy.
out.
Fish guy. All right, anyway, I'll find it right here.
Weird.
So this is the main reason why I want to talk about this. So here, there's this narrative building, by the way, that I've noticed, and I see it on our subreddit now, which I don't think is fair to me. So I want to speak up for myself a little bit. Yikes! Sounds like Bobby isn't too happy with Ethan. Okay, so here's a little excerpt.
So when I showed up to HE3 podcast, this wasn't even in our world. It wasn't in our view, our mind. You know what I mean?
And I don't know him, and I have no ill will toward him.
Right.
I don't know him, but from my understanding from talking to mutual friends of ours, that's what he does, right?
Yeah, but we had done the podcast.
Drama
But we had done that podcast before.
I don't know what that. Okay, well, I'll let the whole thing play. Did someone find the timestamp from the original of when we started talking about it?
Yes, it's in the doc. It's if you look in the section.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. All right, I'll continue.
Many times before he's done ours, him and his wife, Ela, and
They're lovely.
They're lovely, and
Yeah, I don't know.
as people, they're lovely.
I don't know them.
And it wasn't in our, and even on the drive back from there, we were in a state of shock because, I'm not one to, air my dirty laundry on air, okay? And it was a private matter, and once he brought it up, there was just no way to get out of it. I tried, I was a thinking machine. I mean, it was just like spinning, right?
In honesty, I didn't try that hard.
Yeah. I
was willing to. And I'll tell you why.
And I believe you guys. And the same thing with Schultz when he goes, "Hey, I want to bring up the hate." I didn't know he's going to bring up this so particular issue with us.
Yeah.
And I said nothing but complimentary things. I wanted to move on, which we did.
Okay. We'll get to that too.
So just one last thing is that we said things that I was going to die to the grave with. My relationship with H3 is my own private matter. You know what I mean?
I didn't see it, but I heard completely that you guys were caught off guard.
And also, I'm just responding to the things that I've read online, saying that why did you do it in the first place? And you have to understand that I had done it before, and it was never like that. I mean, they had done ours, and
I'd like to defend Ethan and Ela here. And
I love
that.
But who's attacking them?
They asked the question, and I don't know about you. Maybe that's how you felt. I don't want to invalidate your feelings on it, but I was okay to talk about it.
I know
and I'll
you
get
were.
to why I was okay to talk about it. All right. Are we sure we have 10 minutes? Of
So I want to say, I don't think Bobby's trying to say anything, but I don't know. I get accused of a lot of stuff, okay, especially with the interview like that. And I've definitely been guilty of pushing people too hard to talk about things that they're uncomfortable with in the past, for sure. But I've worked a lot on my, interviewing skills and listening and being more sensitive to making the guests comfortable and talking about things they want. And I just feel like, again, I don't think Bobby's trying to do anything. There's no problem or anything. I'm mostly just responding to comments I see on the subreddit and comments I see on the internet. Like a lot of his fans or just people from that world. They're like, Ethan pushed them. He blindsided them and all this. And I feel like I was really sensitive. I didn't push them at all. I really just listened. I feel like I really didn't push them at all. So I don't know. I mean, again, I wasn't trying to drama bait or anything. It wasn't even a big plan of the show. I barely mentioned it. I mean, here, the fact that all opened up like that came as a shock to me too. I mean, I was there for it, obviously, right? I mean, my job as a host is have an interesting, memorable show, but I by no means feel like I bended anyone's leg or had an alternative agenda going into that. I mean, here you can see, this is where it starts. Brendan Schwab. Here, let me go back to it.
Like highly of themselves. I'm like, red flag.
Not going. Not funny.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
There are comics that do that. You want to name?
Yeah, name someone. Brendan Schwab. Just cracking a meaningless joke. I mean, there was no... here. I'm a beast. Wait, we can't talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
if you...
No,
I would. There you go. She opened the door. And by the way, Kalila was very gracious and spoke up for us. But she opened the door. She says, if you want. I said, sure, let's, what do you want to say? She has something she wants to say. Love to.
Talk about what?
Why don't you want to talk about Brendan Schwab? But you're down.
No. So, Brendan Schaub?
I literally didn't even know his name. I genuinely thought his name was Schwab. I was only familiar a little bit with this whole situation from doing some research to prepare for the interview, just knowing what was going on with them.
Well, here's what I'll say
No,
about
Brendan Schwab.
Schwab?
Schwab.
Oh, Brendan Schwab,
Yeah,
the
Brendan
insurance
Schwab.
salesman. Yeah. Oh, I can talk about it. Yeah.
I call him a Schwab because he looks like a Schwab. You know, like don't they call those Schwabs in the ear?
Yeah.
Swab.
Okay.
You gently do it, but this is on you. This is on you.
Okay, so Brendan.
Here's what I
This
say.
is on you, and that's it.
He's a comedian. Yeah. Again, Bobby had plenty of outs too. And we kept giving him outs, and Hila was like, Hila said a few times, you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. And if he ever told me, can we stop talking about this, and I would have absolutely respected it. So I feel like I've come a long way as an interviewer, and there's a lot of like bad precedents that I'm trying to overcome. And so I feel like it's a little unfair to characterize it like in that way. Again, I don't think Bobby's trying to say anything, and Kalila was very gracious. I'm just saying that for all the commenters who are like, I blindsided them and twisted their arms into talking about things they were uncomfortable with,
Yeah.
Which was a
That
minority,
you
we should
have
say.
I saw lots of those comments. Not on the, you're right, in response to the subreddit. But I see people all the time, and like Brendan said, that this is what I do. I don't even know what that means. This is what I do. I have people on and blindside them with drama bait. I mean, that's not what I do at all. I like to gossip, don't get me wrong, but...
No, you?
But I'm respectful of our guests. I try to be, Podcast with two other very funny ladies called Trash Tuesday.
Right, with Esther Pavitsky and Annie Leonard. Yeah.
Great show.
Thank you.
Love all three of you guys.
My heart's beating because I want to be delicate about this.
100%.
Okay, yes.
You tread lightly.
I will tread lightly.
So you guys were doing a show, and you said that someone you guys knew was trying to pick...
Hold on,
You don't want to even say.
finish. This is just...
Well, just correct me where I'm wrong.
We don't need to stress you guys out.
It's going to distress him because... Okay, go ahead, Ethan.
You okay, Bobby? I mean, well, I don't know what... So, I don't know. Well, it had me questioning myself, because I wanted to go back and see it and be like, did I pressure them when they didn't want to talk about it? But I don't think so, actually. So there you go. This is another great moment. I don't know. What do you guys think? But obviously I was afraid that people were going to be mad at me coming out that. I mean, genuinely, I was just outraged by the whole story because it was so outrageous, and I love Bobby so much. And this guy, Brendan Schaub, is such a bully. But there you go. I don't know. I'm just reading comments to see what people are saying. Anyway. There's another thing that Brendan's doing, like, he's been doing this thing, his new special's out, and it's just horrible. It's not funny at all. And, people are making reviews of it, calling it, not funny, and he's blocking them all. People just put a lot of time and effort into video essays, and he's just blocking all of them. So he's up to all kinds of bullshit. I mean, there's a lot more reasons for me to... And that's in my wheelhouse, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of my whole shtick. That's like my triggers when people abuse copyright and free speech. I made an Ethan Klein video about it, actually. But just trying to defend this creator who got blocked by Brendan. But anyway, there's some other great moments from the podcast. One being that Kalila asked Brendan if he knows how Reddit works.
This is what's interesting. Explain this however you want. When I notified you guys of the harassment and going back to Tiger Belly, that account stopped posting, took the Tiger Belly email off, and changed it. It's never posted again.
Do you know how Reddit works?
No.
There you have it. That's awesome. And I resent that he keeps saying this dumb shit. It's just so stupid. What is he accusing them of?
Well, he kept saying that he was going to show them. And they're all on his phone. This proof, this document, and they wouldn't show Bobby and Kalila before the show. So the whole episode was like, I'm going to show you after. I'm going to show you after. I'm going to show you after. And so Bobby and Kalila asked him, will you come back on? And it's almost like he was hesitant to do that.
He has nothing. There's
Right.
nothing to have.
Exactly.
The accusation makes no sense if you know anything about Reddit.
Right.
And like Dan said before I shit my pants, you could go do it yourself. I could go make an account that with the email bobbylee@tigerbelly.com.
Right.
They don't make you verify your email address.
But even then, none of that is public, anyways. Too. It's
That's
not like
there's
you can-
the part
no-
that still
Yeah.
baffles me. You can't.
So let me ask
get
you this:
somebody's email from.
Is there a way, if you have the username, if you try to reset your password, is there a way to get the email address? Like, let's try that.
Usually.
Let's go to
That's a good question.
let's go to a random user.
I'll just do it with my account that I just made.
So you get the username. You just get a random username.
Mm-hmm.
Here, show it on the screen. Let's see. This is what he paid $500,000 for. I'm doing it for free right now for you, Brendan.
Incognito window. We'll go to Reddit.
So you get the username, then you say, I forgot my password. Can you show it, Dan? Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay, so here, Galactic Bees.
Wait, this is your account?
No, I'm in an incognito. I'm not logged in at all right now.
But do it to
Yeah, do it to one. I don't want to. I don't want to bomb.
Because I just typed random letters. I don't remember the account that I.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to try to hack someone else's account.
All right. Well, if you give me 1 minute, I can just
Okay.
do it again.
So let's do some psyops here. Was there anything else interesting you want to comment on, Zach, from that podcast?
It just felt like he kept saying, Brendan, that he had this proof, this evidence, but
He was really hung up on the Reddit haters.
right, that's the core of this. That's the crux of this, but I just don't think he knows how to use Reddit, and I think that's the issue with this. He saw the name, some email Tiger Belly or some bullshit, and that's his hang up with it.
Yeah, try it with Love's account. It's just H3out. That's your username, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's see if we can hack into and get Love's email address. So there's this hater on the subreddit called H3out.
Oh, I immediately. No, you can't, because you have to know the email address associated with the account to even get to the reset.
But can you click forgot Gmail? Or maybe not.
No.
Forgot username?
It says you have to put in the username and email address to get the reset
to get the
password.
password reset.
Wait, go back. Let's see if there's other options. So can you do forgot username? Then you'd have to do the email.
Yeah.
And then if you type in Love's email, which is whatever, and then email, it doesn't. You just have to check the email. It's not going to show you the user.
Right.
There's literally no way to know what someone's email address is.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm so sure that would be insane if you could, because that would be like a huge breach of privacy.
Right. So I mean, the only way to actually get that information seems like it would be to like
Subpoena
Reddit,
the government.
Actually,
or,
to be
something like
fair,
that.
usually you can get the first letters of the Gmail on any other given platform, like Twitter, for example. You can get the first letter of the before at and the first after.
Right,
Usually.
but that's what I'm saying is on Reddit, when you go and say, hey, I can't remember my password, I need to reset, you need the username and the email associated with it to even get to that screen.
I mean, Reddit is a lot about anonymity. So there's a lot of people that post weird shit on there, and they don't want people to know their email. If you could find someone's email, you could easily find their identity. I think that would be a really well-known thing. And so clearly there's no way to find a poster's email. And also, even if you could, they're not doing anything illegal. It's free speech to post shit on fucking the internet. Ryan Kavanaugh tried to sue me for memes on our subreddit, and it got thrown out. So, you know.
Also from the Tiger Belly podcast, Brendan talks about how he gets Rogan's advice for everything. He gets Rogan's advice on anything. And it's just, he's his boy. It's Daddy Rogan, you know? You want to...
He said that in which podcast?
The Tiger Belly one.
See, I wonder if that's a subtle kind of threat.
It is, because apparently he flew out to Austin to go do Joe's show, and in that time he was discussing it with him, and Kalila feels that there were some words shared about her to Rogan.
What I would guess the dialogue is behind the scenes is a lot of those guys don't like me, like the Joe Rogan and all those guys. Like Brendan said, mutual friends of mine say that he's just a drama, he just causes drama, and that's what he does. So I think they're probably like, Bobby went on this drama podcast and started all this shit. And someone like Joe Rogan would be like, it's so trashy that he went on there and aired the dirty laundry. Even though the real crime is that fucking, of course, those two numbskulls are bullying this Bobby for nothing, something he didn't even do. But that's what it is, right? It's a boys' club. It's all fucking toxic shit show. I don't think Tom Segura is my friend. He doesn't give a shit about that stuff. But Joe would, I feel like. But anyway, I don't know anything about Joe. I don't know him. But there you go. I just wanted to speak up a little bit for myself there. There you have it. By the way, is there anything else to say about this topic, you guys think?
No. I mean, I think you've said your piece. I know it was bothering you that people were accusing you of instigating this whole thing, but you know, you're kind of just a bystander to all of this.
Right. They were, I mean, there's evidence. They were willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they wanted to. They wanted to get off their chest.
Right.
I had no plan to get involved in that stuff. Like, I just knew about it. I made a little Brendan Schaub joke. And the whole floodgate's open. By the way, there's a website. Hold on, let's do a deeper search here. There's a website called Skid Search, if you can pull that up, Dan. Apparently, someone said it shows your Reddit email. So let's see.
It's something you have to register for, so give me a minute to sign up.
So according to this user, there's an advanced program. We're hacking the mainframe. Brendan, you owe me $500,000 for the PsyOps. I'll send you a check in the mail.
I will say, too, on the Fighter and the Kid, they were talking about that what really upset Brendan was that he was getting threats and stuff, too, which he obviously doesn't deserve, and that fucking sucks. But I don't think Bobby or anybody on Tiger Belly was threatening Brendan on Reddit.
Dude, of course not.
Yeah.
The charge is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, not to exonerate Brendan from anything, but in the Tiger Belly, apparently that Brian Kalin was like, said some truly, truly awful names and.
Oh really? What did he say? Did they say?
They didn't give specifics, but it some ill terms about Kalila, and he was just going off. And Bobby, when they were talking about it, like, you know, Brian says he apologized. Bobby just like, it almost seemed like he was done with him.
Brian or Bobby?
Bobby was done with Brian Kalin.
Well, of course, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is so ridiculous on those guys' sides. You getting any progress there, Dan? How's it looking?
Yeah, I just got signed up, and it has this thing, database search engine.
Can you pull it up?
Username? Yeah, hold on.
All right, so here's Skid Search.
H3 out is your Reddit name, right?
So let's see if we can get some intel on this.
I mean, don't show this. I don't know. Maybe show my IP and shit. That's if like stuff is leaked.
You think that we can get your IP? Well, that would be interesting.
No. So what they do is like they take a bunch of databases that's been leaked and they put it in a place where people can search for it.
I see.
Well, tell me if there's an alarming.
Well, nothing came up when I searched it.
I mean,
so H3 out, nothing came up?
Nothing came up.
All right, so show it.
Well, it doesn't even. There's nothing. There's literally nothing.
This is I don't know. This is just a random chatter who said this. I don't think it's a.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I just wanted to follow it up, but there you go. We couldn't get the email from Skid Search. There you have it.
Yeah, it's a data scrubber. Someone said in the chat.
So I don't know. There it is.